We're going. So yeah. So describe your role
Yeah,
as queen.
yeah,
What does it mean to you, and what do you think it means to the people of Charlestown?
yeah. Good morning. I'm Gaaman Gloria, Mama G Sims. I am a Gaaman. Gaaman is my title, and it was given to me by the Surinamese Maroon when I went there doing work for the Maroon Women's Group with Maroon Women there. We went to a conference that they call the Grand Kutu, and that's the name that the Maroon used there for conference and gathering. And I went there in 2014 and I came up with a documents to collaborate us working together, Suriname Maroons and the Merkin group from Trinidad. We all sign into one document, and but when you do documents like those, you have to take it to a Gaaman in Suriname. Now Suriname, of all the Maroon communities, has a structured governance, and so the ice title there is the Gaaman, who is like a paramount king or a queen in his capacity. So he's over the chief. All the chief would report to him anything and so on. The chief of chief, everything fall under his, below his governance, his position. And so when I went there and I did that document, after we signed it, Ambassador Fidelia Gangalan, who she's the founder and the person responsible to take me to Suriname, she said, well, after we sign it, she's going to take me to the Gaaman. So they take me to the Samaka Gaaman. And he was so moved that he held my hand like that and blowing it 3 times with his breath, and I didn't know what he was doing because they had given us a crash course, like training before we meet with him of his protocol. So I wasn't responding to him. I didn't know how to say nothing to him. I sit beside him. And he saw that I was very curious and a little taken back after he did that. And so he pulled me down near to him and he said, when you see me do that, I just passed the Gaamanship to you. I didn't know what was Gaamanship. And so I had us to talk to Ma Fidelia when I get the chance, Her Excellency Fidelia Gangalan, and I said, he did this and said this to me. She was very taken back and she started to look very strange, and she was saying, wow, what's... She said, oh, you know, the African would do this exclamation and expression. And so I thought I did something wrong, so I said to him, what is this? She said, the Gaamanship. And like, she still cannot talk. And so I waited and she said, you just broke our tradition, cultural tradition, which they have never broken before since they have been from Africa in the region and preserved this. And I was very shocked and I said, so what? You know, and I started to feel away because I didn't come there to do that. And he said to me, he said, I gave you the Gaamanship because you are such a leader, I could not give you less. Because you have the Basia to the Gaaman, and you have the captain, which they call Kabitin. She said, I couldn't give you those, I have to give you the Gaamanship. And so I become the first female Gaaman, even in Suriname. They never put a female there before.
So what does it mean to you now?
It is a sense of great responsibility, which when I realized what it was, and you know, I asked them one request. I said, would you come to Jamaica and do it in front of my people instead of me going back to tell them this? And they honored the respect, and 7 people came. The ambassador as interpreter, government workers, secretary and policy maker from the government of Suriname, and traditional leaders, and 7 of them, and all was sponsored by Suriname government. And they took my stool and all these things, and we did the ceremony right here in one of the conference. And that, I know, is not just a title, It's a title with great responsibility and very protocol in Suriname. And when I came here, it is not like that. We don't have that structure in Jamaica, so it's hard for the people to accept you as that. So I realized that, and I didn't push nor force. I said, Suriname recognized my work and they honor me. It gave me the chance to work here, and when my work is come to a fullness, then you might do the same thing in honoring me. So I don't expect to be honored here by just the fact that Suriname gave me the title. They recognized me and did that. But our own people in Jamaica, they have not reached to that space yet. So I work along with them, humble myself, work along. Sometimes I'm not in protocol as I'm supposed to, and that left a great responsibility, feelings on me because I'm committed. I know what the protocol is because when I go to Suriname, I'm very protocol. But then many times here, I'm not protocol, but I humble myself in the position. Here and in Jamaica, I try to give advice. If if there's any young people, really, I was under here with Colonel Marcia Douglas. I work along with her, and now I accept them as who they are. I work. If there's nothing to do, I have other things I do. I get involved in my craft because I'm an artisan. I paint. I do unsewn, which is a preserved craft of the Maroon. I don't use a sewing machine because I'm preserving the unsewn. So I do fashion show from just my unsewn clothes. And I also use the unsewn clothes as therapy. So being here in Charlestown, I guide and I will advise and I will suggest and I strengthen them, I'll support them in what they're doing. I never yet try to be like, yes, you're the queen, so, because, there's a misunderstanding sometimes of this position. People love powers and they will want the title they feel it's glamorous and it's good for people to be calling you. So it's good that you call me that, but at the same time, I don't want to be called his name without any works to go with it. So my main focus is working, doing what I do. I was born as a humanitarian person, and I can go further to say, well, I'm a Virgo. And in the zodiac, people who know astrology know that Virgos are serve people. We serve, we love to do it. If we don't get the chance to do that, we are uncomfortable. We love to serve. We know we are here to do service. That's our first purpose in earth. So I live that. I'm a community person. I'm always willing to help someone. I do all this training because I can guide people. I went to the university without no money for their course. They have me all day there, wouldn't accept me until in the evening when they see that I didn't leave. That's how they accept me in social work. I didn't go there with sponsorship. But when I was leaving, I was the only one when they called back in the office and give money that was over money, more than even the other people that pay for their course. And so I keep giving this because I didn't pay, so I give this service to and I went there because people was coming to me for advice, to fill out an application form. So I went to the university and I said to them, I'm doing the work, I need professional training. And they sent me away about 6 times and I didn't leave. They sent me to Dr. Barry Chavan's office. About 3 times I go over there, and one day. And I decide, and each time I go and I don't get a good, I still come back. And in the evening, there was one student from Antigua, it's a regional course. She was a police inspector and she came late. And the manager in the office, Miss Williams, she come out and she see me and she said, you don't leave yet. I thought you left already. You spend the whole day. The day's teaching is about to dismiss. And she said, why don't you go home and come to class the following day? And I was living in Kingston very rough at the time because I'm from the rural area. I was sleeping in a church beside the pool in the church and the ground when I get admitted in the university. And so I know that it was preparing me for works ahead, and so I did that course and I keep giving. I just feel like giving in whatever. I started the Maroon Women's Group, which there was never a Maroon Women's Group before when I did my research, and the women are very effective in the community. I said, no, they need a voice. And that was how, and that's what pushing me and carrying me so far. I'm still having a little challenge with the leaders in the village because they can't accept the position of the title that I carry, which I don't feel like I'm over any one of them. But going by the title, they feel very threatened. So I realize that, so I walk very cautiously because I know how to lead. Because I'm a Girl Scout leader from I was 12. I was the leader of Blue and Maroon group. It had 5 girls in it, so I'm training leadership from I was like 12-year-old. But at the same time, I know how to follow very well. So I know that in this, I love to shape shift. So in this position and stages of my life, I shift. When I have to, I say, no, I have to follow now. I don't have a problem in being a follower, because I know when the time for me to lead is, I always identify the opportunity and step into it, So, yeah, here in the community people, I'm not from this community. I'm from Old Trelawney Town, Flagstaff area, in the the Leeward Maroons, next to a compound. And they sent most of my ancestors back into Nova Scotia in 1796, and in 1800s some of them go and become a part of Freetown in Sierra Leone. So I when I started out first, I was going to all the Maroon festivals, and so when Charlestown was not like this, it was a little down with a kernel that much was not happening here. And so I was one of them. After leaving the social work in the 2001, 2003, Charlestown was putting themselves together back to be this town, and I work with them on that ground. I used to come to meetings from Mobile 3 o'clock in the morning, and these things, and we put the town back together. Since then, I've always been at the celebration, and this is the town that I was honored in. The community people, a lot of people know me from back then, and I keep coming. So when I eventually came to live in here like 7 years ago, you would have people telling me, Auntie, don't leave, we love you in this community, don't leave. I say, I'm here, man. Sometimes they don't see me because I'm a person who loves to be by myself. So even if it's not the workshop and they having tour sometime, even them will come to here all week and don't see me, and I'm right around here. I'm either writing, painting, sewing, crocheting, doing some stuff, because I'm kind of working myself up for a solo exhibition. So I'm doing my pieces now for that exhibition sometime further in this year. So I love the community people love me, they know me, and they always support me, push me to go ahead.
Great, thank you very much.
Yes.